and it is Sunday, October 26th, and we are preparing for your arrival. Our guest speaker has been at mine and David's house last night with a wonderful visit with Rev Ed Kosak, formerly with Unity of Charleston, and he is with us this morning to talk with us about the topic of observing, not absorbing. Morning, 11 a.m., our guest speaker, Rev Ed Kosak. Our month is focusing on the power of zeal, so this is the last Sunday for zeal. And remember, Ed Kosak and Maureen Levy will also be doing another Vipassana meditation retreat day on Saturday, November 22nd. So mark your calendars for that. And of course, today after service, for about 30-40 more minutes, we'll meet in the house with beverages and cookies and having a little more discussion about today's topic. Wherever you are, we hope that you are remembering you are the light of the world today.
Thank you so much. That's a beautiful song. Can you hear me? Yes. Okay, because I'm holding the mic and I want to make it right. Welcome everybody. Welcome everybody out there and welcome everyone who's here today. It's great to see you all. We welcome Reverend Ed Kosak. And a special welcome to David Hiller, who is here. I have to tell you this.
Me too.
I'm sitting over there earlier. I come in to prepare from platforming, and I'm reading through my notes, and all of a sudden, next to me comes Tessa, the beautiful Tessa. And it occurred, I said, well, that must mean that David is on the end of that leash. and come around the corner, it was David. And I tell you, it truly is such a joy. It was such a joy at that moment. It's such a joy to have you here, David. I just want to tell you. This is just the beauty of it. You know, we know how this works. Coincidentally, the theme I chose today is joy. What could be a better theme than that? So, thank you. This is joy. This is joy. All right. Thank you for bearing with me on that. Reverend May Rowland was the director of Unity Prayer Ministry for 55 years. After Myrtle Fillmore who was the founder of Silent Unity. She often wrote about joy, happiness, and harmony. So I just want to share a couple of her words to start off with. True happiness can be attained by anyone. Every one of us can learn to make joy a habit. Many of us hold to the idea that some persons are naturally happy and others are naturally moody or despondent. This is not true. It is our reactions to occurrences in our life that cause us to be happy or unhappy. Even in the midst of gloom, you can do something about it. You can drop a thought of joy into your mind, and you will begin at once to get a joyous reaction. Like the ripples that extend out and out when a stone is dropped into a pool. Even one thought of joy reaches out and out into your entire life and starts a joyous reaction. When we touch the inner spring of joy, we feel the strength of it constantly sustaining us, no matter what may seem to be going wrong in the external world. True happiness is not dependent on conditions. It is not dependent on other things. It derives from our attitudes, our thinking. Attitudes of the mind. True happiness is an outgrowth of developing the habit of joy. Namaste.
Namaste.
And now we're going to have a beautiful song, one of my favorites. I can see clearly.
I can see clearly now the rain is gone. I can see all obstacles in my way. Gone are the dark clouds that had me blind. It's gonna be bright, 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 sunshiny day.
sunshiny moment. Here we are. There is one announcement that you're going to want to hear right now, and that is on Saturday, November 8th, we are doing a fall cleanup day. Now, isn't that exciting? And there will be many projects for all skill levels, all energy levels, and we'll have a pizza lunch party afterwards. It's 9:30 to 12:30, Saturday, November 8th. I'm passing around this sign-up sheet. You can look at the list of the projects. If you don't see something that makes your heart sing, just put assign me. Just.
Are we gonna have pizza after that?
I'm sorry, what?
Aren't you gonna have pizza too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did I say
I
that?
was coming for pizza, but.
Yeah, there's pizza for lunch. So you do need to sign up so we know how many anchovies to put on the pizza. So we'll give you an example of the projects. The list is attached. Please sign up if you can, and we love you and bless you and thank you. And by the way, there was an all-day retreat here yesterday with Sada and Maitreya, and I have gotten so many wonderful comments, including how beautiful the land is, and we just so appreciate all the people who are helping to make this center so beautiful. Thank you.
Thank you, Reverend Margaret. That is wonderful. Okay.
I'll start it here. Reverend Ed, I know you'll want to come back.
Yes. All right. Now it's time for our prayer of Jesus, translated from the Aramaic. Let us begin. It's on the blue card if you need to look at it. Father, Mother, birther, and breath of all, create a space inside us and fill it with your presence. Let oneness now prevail. Your one desire then flows through ours as energy fills all forms. Give us this day our physical and spiritual nourishment, and untangle the knots of error that bind us as we release others. Do not let appearances make us forgetful of the source, but free us to act appropriately. From age to age through you flow the glorious harmonies of life. May these words be fertile statements through which our future grows. Amen, amen, amen. Beautiful. I'd like to ask for permission, Reverend Margaret, to read a different daily word for today.
You're going to break the rule?
Yes.
Wow!
Because it just goes on with the joy,
Yes.
and I didn't want to overdo the welcoming, so
There you go.
this is the one I think we need to be hearing to kind of finish up that joy theme. Can't have too much joy, you know. Okay. So the word is joy. The affirmation is, divine joy flows to me and through me. Being joyous means feeling contentment deep in my soul, more lasting than mere happiness, which can depend on outer circumstances. Joy is part of me, an aspect of my divine inheritance. This divine gift is mine to enjoy, but also mine to share. This world can use all the joy it can get. Knowing that my store of joy is inexhaustible, I can share it generously and never worry about feeling depleted. Indeed, the more joy I share, the more I will have. I commit to living a joyful and positive life. I see the best in people and forgive easily. I appreciate the beauty of the world and the presence of God that surrounds me. I feel deep gratitude for the gift of my life and for every opportunity to share my joy. And this comes from Philippians 4, rejoice in the Lord always. Again, I will say rejoice. Let's say the affirmation together. I'll read it and then we can say it together. Divine joy flows to me and through me. Divine joy flows to me and through me. now we come to a special time. I'm going to introduce Reverend Ed Kosak, and he's going to, he's a senior minister. He was a former senior minister of Charleston Unity. You probably all know that. And he's going to be the co-facilitator of the upcoming all-day meditation retreat.
Vipassana.
Vipassana.
Meditation.
Thank you, Margaret. I wanted to get that pronounced correctly. Thank you, because I wasn't sure how to pronounce it, to be honest with you. Okay. So this will be on Saturday, November 22nd. And I'm hope we can all be there. Reverend Kosak?
Yes.
We're going to have a song, and then you can come up and lead us in meditation and bring us your message. Thank you. And the song, perfect. Listen, listen, listen.
Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. Listen, listen, listen to my heart's song. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you. I will never forget you. I will never forsake you.
In this contemplative space, Rio, if you don't mind,
Sure.
playing underneath. We keep that contemplative consciousness going. And one of my favorite concepts in the unity movement is the Latin word substare, which is the Latin word for substance. And substare means that which stands under. That which stands under is that pure spirit, that pure intelligence, love, and wisdom. That pure energy. As Dr. Katie puts it, pure creative energy, which is in every cell of our being, the bone of our bone, the flesh of our flesh, the thought of our thought, the breath behind our breath, the divine emotion of our emotions. That which stands under So let us now not only know this and affirm it, but let us feel this substance, this spirit. And not just feel as in an emotional sense, that, and feel it as in the spiritual sense. As we sit here now for a few moments in the silence. As we feel this substance, this spirit, the creativity, intelligence, love, and wisdom that it is infused into our being. We are it. And as we are it, as we are all these wonderful qualities, we go out into the world. And we display those qualities in the purest way possible. And in this connection that we have, not only with each other, but all 8 billion of us on this planet and all creation, we think now and reach out with our hearts to those who are hurting somehow this morning. We are infinite sources of healing, vibration, and love, and we send forth those healing vibes to these brothers and sisters. Those who want to hurt another, we send out our healing vibes to them as well. May all beings be safe. May all beings be liberated in their mind. And may all beings be kind to one another. And so we close our prayer time this morning by giving thanks. Some call it the highest frequency prayer. Giving thanks for this practice of prayer and meditation. Giving thanks for the substance that each of us is, that's in us. giving thanks for all those around the world who are praying and meditating at this very moment in their own way with us. For our spiritual teachings and teachers, and for Mother Earth, our home. Grateful for this beautiful expression of Mother Earth on this land. May we learn as a race to live in harmony with Mother Earth. And so just one more time now, before we close, let us feel the presence. And so it is, and so we let it be. Amen.
Amen.
Well, I want to thank Margaret and the board for having me here again. I love it. When we were praying earlier, I noticed myself praying for our community, so I feel a part of you. That just came out. And to be back on the day Dave comes back. You know, when that whole thing happened, Margaret called. Actually, she talked to my wife, Erin, and then Erin told me. But I was like, I had an instant message all set up, because in case I had to cover for Margaret. And because you know how much he loves angels, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was all about angels, because he had some angels during that time. And you'll hear all about that November 9th. He's going to speak then. So, welcome back, Dave. All right. I have had this message on my heart now, as Margaret knows. Oh, that's from Charlotte. Charlene. Where's my lesson? This happened last time too, didn't it? Oh, here it is. Okay. Pulled it out. And for those of you who are new, we like to have fun here and break the rules, as Lyndon showed us earlier. So, one of the reasons I love unity is because it keeps me on track. You know, the world, no matter what religion you belong to or political party or whatever, you know, race or whatever, it keeps me on track with the truth. And the truth are those 5 principles, that there is only one presence and one power in the universe and in my life. Supreme love, intelligence, and wisdom. Omnipotence. I like to say omnipotence rather than omnipotent, and we can talk about that sometime. But, and then secondly, unity reminds me of who I am, my Christ nature, my Buddha nature, whatever you call it. And that it reminds me to see it in another, even those I hate, even those I don't like. It reminds me that my thoughts are creative. My thoughts and feelings are creative. And so it reminds me to be mindful of what I'm thinking and feeling. And if it's negative, to process it, to be with it, and we'll talk about one in a minute. But to always remember the truth and get to the truth of who and what our world is. And then prayer and meditation. Linda mentioned that on November 22nd, we're going to have our Vipassana meditation workshop. And that is the practice, that is the key principle that keeps me sane. And so grateful for that. And of course, practicing all of this. It's the month of zeal. I'm sure you've learned this month that zeal also is enthusiasm. And the Greek word for it is entheos. And that means God within. So we come here to get a little bit of a reminder about the divinity in us, to help spark our enthusiasm. And so I start out with how that brings us to a truthful, holy moment, those principles. And because there are times when my humanness gets in the way. And, you know, a lot of what goes on in the world, and again, it doesn't matter what persuasion of anything that we are, it's understandable that sometimes we have some negativity arise in our hearts, some hatred. And so I want to share with you a post that I wrote on Facebook. And it starts with, I'll start it, and then you'll know it's over because it's a little bit long. It ends up with giving thanks to my mom for her cooking and for my dad for calling me out on my hatred. So when I was a boy at our dinner table, I would on occasion say, "I hate this meal." And my dad would immediately admonish me by saying, "Eddie, hate is a strong word." And I knew he was right. Of course, it was not about Mom's food. She was a superior cook. She won awards in her local area for her baking. The hatred I felt found its genesis in me, and was not caused by her cooking or anything else outside. We become emotionally liberated when we do not blame our feelings on anyone or anything or any situation. In the moral indignation that many of us feel at this time, right here, many of us, may we heal the hatred that we feel. Feelings of hatred are understandable when they arise. May we first realize that no one causes us to hate. For me, hatred and the need to be right fuel the current situation in the world. It is evident in our hatred for those who don't think the way we do or hold positions like ours. May we heal our instinctive tribal need to be right so as not to inflict mental violence, stated or unstated, on those who disagree with us. Trust me, I want to be right about my views. But my friend's bumper sticker on his refrigerator says, "Being right is so petty." More to the point right now, I feel like we all need to heal our hatred. So for me, and if you come away with anything today from this message that I hope you go home and practice, the title is Observing. Is that what we said the title of the message was? This is it right here. Okay?
Observing, not absorbing.
Observing, not absorbing. For me, I will cure the hatred I feel at this time by neither denying it or unhealthfully spewing it. I will heal my hatred by skillfully acknowledging it and non-judgmentally observing it. I will simply watch it. Just look at it. Be the neutral witness of it. Allow it to be, to flow. And as I do so, it dissipates. It almost always does. And I can love again. So, Mom, thank you for your great cooking. And Dad, thank you for calling me out on my hatred. We could quit now. But that's it. Observing it gets me to that place that is the first principle. There is only one presence and one power in me, and that I could see it better in another. And I love that, and I can love again. But let me, I wrote this message long before David had happened a couple weeks ago. And it's about my heart. And I was going to share with you a couple of things that I'm going through with that I had been going through with my heart. Because heart is the energetic source of love, right? In our 12 powers. And when I find that when I'm in a place of hatred or not liking somebody or their view, my heart starts to flutter. And so over the years, I've learned what is the mind-body connection, what is the emotional connection that makes my heart flutter. Because I want it to be an energetic center of love, not hatred. And I now give thanks for those little flutters. I used to have bad atrial fibrillation, if you know what that is, 200 beats a minute. David knows. And so I read some work by a man named John Sarno, who said that his atrial fibrillation got cured by identifying and processing the anger he was feeling. And he got free of it. And for many years, that was it. But lately, I haven't been able to do it. I hadn't been. And I realized it wasn't the anger, it was the hatred that was making my heart flutter. Once I realized that, I haven't had a flutter since. I feel more free as a result. And so for this situation that we find ourselves in, I am grateful because I feel more whole now as a result of this. So the other thing related to my heart is that my doctor recently prescribed me to get a stress test. You know, the treadmill stress test.
Now, how's that going?
Yeah, I need Margaret and Maureen. Is Maureen here to call me out? I had my shirt upside down this morning.
It was on inside out.
So they got to call me out. But so everything's fine. I have a resting heart rate of 55. But as I was sitting there all hooked up, waiting for the doctor, he took him forever to come. I was just looking at my heart rate. And I was proud of the fact that it's 55. And so I decided to do a little experiment. And I said, I'm going to meditate, see if I can get it down to 50. And I couldn't do that. You know how those monks do that, right? They get themselves. So then I went the other direction, and I thought about an old nemesis from my church that I used to serve. Jumped up to 60. So, oh, that's interesting. Then I thought about my not favorite politician and jumped up to 60. But both times I was able to get it back down through meditation. That's how long this guy was gone, for one thing. Like, what the heck? But the heart is the center of our love. It is the energetic center of our love. And here I was, it was affected in this way that I didn't, at first I was like, what the heck is wrong with you? But I got past that non-judgmental place and just observed it. And just was with it and let it be to let it flow. And so I'm really grateful for this process, for these spiritual principles that we teach, and principle number 5, that we live. So, and one of the other times that I've been here with you all, I mentioned a lot of times when I'm up here offering a message, I like to come not just from the micro point of view, like within us, which is what this has all been so far, but I like to look at it from a macro point of view, from a world point of view. And my wife's grandfather, granddad is his name, was in our church one time. He was 90-something years old, and we were holding something called the Rosemary Project to heal racism in Charleston. And so we're having a big group discussion, and he raised his hand, and I said, yes, Granddad. And he said, the reason you all don't get along is because you don't know each other.
Yes.
And he just stopped us all in our tracks. That man, he was a little senile, but he nailed it. And so I want to recommend to all of you a movie. Actually, I want to recommend to you a woman, a Muslim woman, beautiful Muslim woman. Her name is Dia Khan, Khan. She's from Norway. And she has written and created some documentaries about getting rid of hatred in our. What she wanted to do was figure out what causes white nationalists to be violent and angry. She also did this with Islamic jihadists, and she did it with wife beaters. She comes from an abused background, and she wanted to understand, what is this all about? And you know how she did it? She must have heard Granddad. She got to know those guys. And she practiced empathy with them. She truly got to understand, and you'll see it in the documentary if you watch it, and it's not an easy watch. Right? David, Margaret, and I watched it last night, and David had a look of pain on his face. I was like, oh God. You know, I was getting worried there. But he did great. So it's hard watch, but it is so powerful the work that she has done with these men in getting rid of it and trying to understand the hatred. So much so that one of the guys at the end of the documentary, and she documents two guys who did change their ways on their own way, but she got the national secretary of this movement to change his mind, and he resigned at the end of the documentary. And then I just saw her on Instagram with another guy from the film who they are now friends. And he is no longer a part of any of that. Have any of you ever heard of the work of Daryl Davis? Daryl Davis is a black man who did the same approach, understanding, empathy, and build relationships with 200 Klansmen, and he has 200 hoods in his possession. Through the practice of empathy and understanding where somebody's coming from. And that's, you know, Jesus said, love your enemies. You know, Eric Butterworth said, well, just get in the direction of that. You know? So that's what I've always shot for in my life, just get in the direction. But these two people, Dia Khan and Daryl Davis, and there's another person you mentioned last night. Do you remember?
Well, the film Best of Enemies.
Best of Enemies.
That true story from North Carolina, the head of the Klan and African-American community leader.
Yes.
Became friends over the years, yes.
Yes. So it's out there. This concept is out there, and I think it's powerful. I think it's just what we need right now to help bring about a healing in our world. And so when Jesus says, love your enemies, I now think he meant it literally.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's not just getting in that direction. It's literally.
Yeah, literally.
Yes, sir.
What's the name of the documentary again?
It's called White Right, Dia Khan. If you go, and you can get it for free, and it's on YouTube, her channel on YouTube, Deeyah, I believe, and then Khan, Khan, like.
Okay, thank you.
It's called White Right.
White Right. Yes. And again, it's a hard watch, sir, you know, but it's, I just love it. I've been telling everybody about it. All right, so where was I? About love your enemies, right? And the other thing that Jesus says that I think he was a master psychologist. I was a former therapist, and he said this, and when I finally figured out what he meant by it, when I was like first year theology school, it's like, oh my God. But it's the quotation that from the Bible where he says, before you look at the sliver in another's eye, look at the log in your own. And even if the other guy has a log in his eye, look at the log in your own eye first. And that is how we will come to find that love in our hearts again. That, because we will heal and hear. Practice non-judgmental observation, observing, not absorbing what's out there. And that is how we heal within. That is how we will heal our relationships with those who we don't like, who we don't get along with. That's the way. Jesus was master of it. He took in all of the lepers and prostitutes and the outcasts, right?
Thank God.
Thank God. So, and I thank God for Granddad. That was a last minute download from last night. So, anyway, may we heal. Daryl and Dia are examples of what it means to love your enemies. They literally take that teaching from Jesus. They have loved their enemies. And like Dr. King said, and the Buddha, hatred cannot cure hatred.
That's right.
Only love can take care of hatred. May we heal the hatred in our hearts. And it's hard to see how like such a great guy like me can have so much hatred, but it's there because all you gotta do is look at my EKG and it's there. So anyway, my love to you all. I know I'm a little weird sometimes up here, but I like my quirkiness, and I hope you do too. And I love to you all.
You're so cute. How wonderful that over 20 years ago we got to meet and play in the Unity Sandbox together.
Yes, we did.
Now,
Literally with the boys.
Did you take my order of service?
I may have.
Yeah. I have my notes. I have my notes on it, and they're really powerful notes. No. Okay.
No, I don't have it.
Alrighty then. Okay, so
We're a team up here, aren't we?
so this morning, you may be seated.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, so this morning he walked out to the parking lot to say hey to Maureen Levy. And she said, and his hair was all like, he hadn't even combed it yet. And he walks out and she said, Ed, where are your buttons? And he said, oh, his shirt was on completely inside out. Okay, so we try to support all the guest ministers here. All right, y'all, let's take a deep breath. It is a wonderful gift to have the laughter and the insightful teachings, and to allow ourselves to open our hearts and minds to this enormously healing idea of releasing anything unlike love. And I'll be talking more about that next Sunday when we begin the month of release, and I'll be talking about that power, the power of release. So this morning we can practice releasing as we do our offertory. And so many of us have come to understand that anytime we build an organization, we build a church, we build a spiritual center, that there's going to be work involved, the pleasure of watching something get built with love and wonder and awe. And many people give of their physical labor, their mental skills, their talents, and their green energy. And so we appreciate all the ways you give. And if it is green energy, you can give by check, cash, PayPal, and Venmo. or you can back your truck up and unload the gold bullion. Just let us know when you're coming. So in a moment, we'll pass the offering receptacles. We'll hear another song. And please, as you give your offering, as you give of your talents and skills and treasure to this church community, please know how appreciated you are. And we just call forth blessings on you and all that you put your life to, all you put your energy to. And thank you for making this center one of the places where you bring your light and you bring your wonderful spiritual presence. We give thanks for you. And we say, so it is, and so we let it be. Namaste. And now the offering receptacles come around, and we're going to hear a wonderful song, which is Love the One You're With. Okay.
If you're down and confused and you don't remember who it belongs to, concentration slip away because your baby is so far away. Well, in the road is love, and the evil lies with love. And if you can't be with the one you love, love the one you're with, love the one you're with, love the one you're with, love the one you're with. Don't be angry, don't be sad, still crying over the way you had. There's a soul right next to you, and she's just waiting for something to do. And then the road is love, and the eagle flies with love. And if you can't be the one you love, love the one you're with, love the one you're with, love the one you're with, love the one you're with. When your heart is and your joy, because your life with the word of Lord, get it together, make it nice, let them be and glorify. Well, let the road is love, and the eagle flies with love. And if you can't be the one you love, love the one you're with, love the one you're with, love the one you're with, love the one you're with.
I got a call from a Unity colleague a few weeks ago who said, is it okay to do secular music in a church service? I said, yeah. If it's got a message, yeah. If it has the unity message, especially. So thank you for the blessings and offerings. We're just going to send them in with blessings of goodness as Shirley takes that into the office. Did you want to add something? Yeah, okay.
I'm just doing
I know, we're just doing our thing. Okay, so we want to welcome everyone. Just turn to somebody and say, welcome, 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 welcome. And for any first-time visitors, any first-time visitors, you want to give your name and where you're visiting from?
Sure. I'm Tanya Jordan, and I've lived here since 97.
All righty.
Come on back.
Welcome.
I'm not a first-time visitor today, but I was a year ago. I gave myself coming to Unity as my birthday gift.
Oh,
What a gift. I just want to express the joy I feel. I don't know that many of you very personally, but I had carried the teachings of unity inside of me and had no community for it. And I'm just so blessed, so blessed to be in this community. Decon.
And she's gonna have a birthday.
Thank you. They just make me cry around there all the time. Thank you. That's beautiful. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. I'm Rita Dodson, and finally getting situated here after a long 2 years between the house in North Carolina and down here. So I'm finally here, ready to tackle the mess here after tackling messes from 3 different houses in North Carolina.
Oh, welcome. Welcome. Rita from North Carolina. Anybody else? Any first timers here today? All righty. Well, guess what, y'all? Your November month at a glance is on the information table. Yes. November is already a few days away. Can you believe that? So your November schedule back on the information table, and the prayer box is here on this table. Please put your prayer requests in, and they will eventually wind up at Silent Unity. Your Wednesday book group happening here 12 noon to 1:30. I will be with that at the book group with friends. We will start a new book soon. Thursday morning is A Course in Miracles with John Wilder, 11 to 12:30. And Reverend Marilyn Maddox started her Zoom class on the Healing Letters of Myrtle Fillmore. She started that last Wednesday evening. All the information about those things are where? On the back table. All right. This afternoon, right after service, we're going to do Connect the Dots with Reverend Ed. We'll be in the house in the back room. And come on up, Colleen. Tonight, we've got something else going on.
Yeah. Hey. So Community Circle is tonight. It's the first time we're doing it on a Sunday. It's at 5 o'clock. We made it a little earlier just because some of us, including myself, don't like to drive in the dark. So we won't have a fire because there's a burn ban in effect right now. But it's basically we just all bring a chair, bring a dish to share. And many of you come to it regularly, but I really just would love to see everyone there. We're going to drum. And just to follow up, yesterday's retreat here was absolutely amazing. And the earth here, like it was the first time I ever laid on the ground. It vibrates. And I mean, I knew it was good energy, man, but this was like, woo. So if you're just coming to church or you're watching us on TV, you need to get down here and experience this. And if you can't make it to a circle, come clean the earth. Come, be of service here and sign up for the cleanup day on the 9th. Also, I've been at Ed's Vipassana retreats. Amazing. So, I mean, there's so much to do. And in these times, we need each other. We are a community of people, and we need to get together and know that there is so much goodness in this world. Sorry, I'm taking over here, but here. Thank you, thank you.
Get the offering plates again. Oh, living in gratitude. So next Sunday, I will be your speaker on the power of release. And I want to request the song ahead of time, Let It Go, Let It Flow. Can y'all help me out with that? Let it go, let it flow. I woke up singing that. Now, next Sunday has 2 other big things going on. Whether you come for the message or not, you'll want to come for the what? Potluck! Woo-hoo! First Sunday of the month, potluck. Please bring extra because there's always extra guests. And it is Time Change Sunday. But this is the Sunday you sleep an extra hour, you fall back. Put your clock back, fall back 1 hour.
We're good at that.
You're good. That is next Sunday. There are always the ones who walk in going, what's happening? But anyway, so next Sunday, potluck and time change. Alrighty, now there's something wonderful in the works, and you're going to want to know about it, and the flyers are on the back table. Reverend Marilyn Maddox and I are going to co-facilitate a year-long prayer study starting first Saturday in January. And it'll be the first Saturday of each month throughout the year. So one Saturday, the first Saturday of each month. Somebody's already come to me and said, I can't give up all my Saturdays every Saturday of the year. So, well, I understand that. It's just the first Saturday, 10 to noon here. And we're going to have 2 preliminary Saturdays ahead of time. So next Saturday, the first Saturday in November, November 1st, we're going to meet here 10 to noon. We're going to have Q&A, an intro to the year-long prayer study. We're going to do ceremony together. It's an opportunity to deepen into your discernment as to whether this prayer study is for you for the next year. So the flyers are on the back table. Read about it. Call me or Reverend Marilyn if you have concerns or questions, and we will meet for the first time, that preliminary meeting next Saturday. Okay, what is happening Saturday, November 8th? Oh, they paid attention. So it'll be a fun day. It can be as simple as picking up little limbs and debris and making the little trash piles. It can be as simple as dusting. And then it can get a little more interesting with digging in the dirt and planting or unplanting, moving stuff. I'm going to be signing up to clean up the barn storage room and get my organizing energy cranking. So that list is being passed around. Be sure to think about how you'd like to help. And yes, Gervais, we will have a pizza lunch at 12:30. So it's 9:30 to 12:30. Now, y'all, that is it for me, other than connect the dots after service. Anything else? Yes, sir.
A new build team meeting Wednesday.
Wednesday?
At 10 o'clock.
Wednesday.
We're talking ceilings, walls, don't tell Sally Reynolds, also floors.
Wednesday.
I'll be sending pics today.
Okay, Wednesday, 10 a.m., new build meeting. All of you on the new build team, please be there. Are you opening it up for other people to come? Anybody who wants to be in the new build. We're getting down to the details of walls, floors, sound system, and this barometer over here needs to be kicked up a little bit, and we are open and available to talking with any of you about how you may want to kick that figure up somehow. We are living in gratitude. We know the right people show up at the right time, and this spiritual center is healthy and vibrant and unfolding in exactly the way it should, and we give thanks. And so it is.
Yes.
Y'all, let's do our updated prayer of unity. It's on your blue prayer card, inspired by James Dillett Freeman, Unity's Poet Laureate. In World War II, he wrote this. So y'all, let's say it together. The light of God surrounds us. The presence of love enfolds us. The power of peace protects us. And the one presence that lives within all creation enlivens us. Wherever we are, love is, peace is, light is, God is, and all is well. Let's stand for our peace song, please.